Responsibility Commission on Public Funds Management to subnational levels. National Orientation Agency sensitizes citizens on ethical values. Tree Division distributes palliative to physically challenged in Kaduna State. We are glad you could join us on Panorama today in Jos. I am Bilki Sunuhu. You can follow this news broadcast live on our website nta.tv/live and on YouTube channel NTA News Online and other social media platforms showing on your screen. Several victims were reported to have lost their lives with others injured Saturday morning at the Cathedral Church of the Holy Trinity, Maitama, Abuja, following a stampede. Onotu Yakubu brings us updates.
The incident, according to passerby information I got on arrival to this location this afternoon, indicates that the unfortunate situation happened in the wee hours of the morning as early as 6 a.m. while members of the church, from the information, were distributing relief materials to some members and less privileged in the community, and the unfortunate incident happened.
We discovered that a lot of people were stampled. It took a lot of effort to be able to move them immediately to the hospital, but unfortunately, we lost 10 people. And I think we had 4 children among those who have lost their lives. I liaised with the hospital authority, who are making frantic effort to work on those who are still in the hospital.
The situation seemed calm around here. Operatives of the Maitama Police Division have been deployed to ensure seamless activities around here. Efforts to get authorities of the church proved abortive. Our further probe to the Maitama District Hospital on inquiries about the development met the same fate with brick wall, as authorities of the hospital would not respond to questions regarding the development. In Abuja, Onotu Yakubu, NTA News.
Bola Tinubu has cancelled all his official events in Lagos on Saturday, including his attendance at the 2024 Lagos Boats Regatta. This is in honor of the stampede victims in Abuja, Ibadan, and Okija, Anambra State. The Nigerian police force has expressed deep concern over the uncoordinated distribution of palliatives and relief items across the country, especially during festive period. Force Public Relations Officer Olumuyiwa Adejobi at the press briefing in Abuja says the concern is coming on the wake of tragic incidents in Oyo, FCT and Anambra State, where stampede took place during its distribution that claimed several lives, leaving many others injured.
Besides the dangers posed to public safety during these unorganized distributions are funfair set up by groups, individuals, and non-governmental organizations, including the potential for stampedes and other incidents that could endanger lives. The lack of a well-defined plan for distributing palliatives has resulted in chaos, leading to long lines and unnecessary confrontations among citizens seeking assistance.
Early morning inferno this Saturday has gutted goods worth millions of naira at Ararumi Spare Parts Market, Agodi, Ibadan. Kehinde Omolosho completes the report.
Though the cause of the fire is yet to be ascertained, investigations revealed that it began around midnight on Friday. Although no life was lost, goods worth several millions of naira and shops were lost to the inferno.
All goods inside my shop burned totally.
Men of the State Fire Service were on ground to control the fire. While some people were counting their losses from the inferno, it was, however, an avenue for some others to make money as they were buying and selling iron rods burnt by the fire.
As the reality of the situation dawns on Britons, the hope is that assistance will come and their businesses will be resuscitated. Kehinde Omolosho, NTA News.
physical responsibility awareness, address knowledge gap and weak fiscal practice at the state and local government levels, the Fiscal Responsibility Commission has brought together critical key players in public funds management towards entrenching fiscal responsibility at the subnational levels in the country. Indiang and Abuja reports.
The North Central Zonal Summit of Fiscal Responsibility Institutions is funded by European Union Rule of Law and Anti-Corruption ROLAC Phase 2 Program of International IDEA in collaboration with the Fiscal Responsibility Commission. It drew state and non-state actors from states within the North Central Zone to brainstorm on integrating the citizens into fiscal decision-making in states and local governments, insight from the Fiscal Responsibility Act, as well as build a database and deepen understanding of peculiarities, challenges, and successes of fiscal entities in the zone. Governor Kele Mutfwang and the Chairman Fiscal Responsibility Commission, Victor Morocco, all represented, emphasized the need for deliberate and concerted efforts as strengthening fiscal responsibility through prudent and transparent public funds management. They say various legal frameworks have been put in place to enhance citizens' participation in governance, urging states that are yet to domesticate Fiscal Responsibility Act to do so towards reducing corruption and blocking wastages.
We think of the future. So in decisions that we make, in being transparent, we'll, situate projects or services that we want to render in such a way that they'll have a long-lasting effect.
Let the people know, take ownership of decisions that are made concerning how to raise this money. Let them participate in the decisions, and let the decisions be such as are targeted towards the welfare of the people.
Other speakers are advocating increased inclusivity of citizens and accessibility of information on public funds, as well as increased monitoring and evaluation of projects by governments at all levels.
Kind of doing peer learning and engaging in such a way that they can see the value of allowing proper instruments and processes that will ensure it's systemic, that will ensure that there is that openness.
There is the need for the people to know who are working on those projects, so that at the end of the day, if those projects are not being executed, they will know who to hold responsible.
The summit will also look at issues relating to leveraging fiscal accountability and transparency mechanism to attract investment into state and local governments, and navigating the fiscal decision-making tightrope, the place of citizens' input in balancing today's needs for public debt with tomorrow's needs for fiscal space. In Jos, Indian and Abuja, NTA News.
The National Orientation Agency is asking the citizens to shun the get-rich-quick syndrome as a way of restoring moral values for a better society. This was while flagging off nationwide campaign on critical issues in Jos. Again, Indiang and Abuja reports.
The theme of the campaign is promoting awareness, ethical values, and national development. For the agency, the mobilization of Nigerians for national development has become necessary to addressing pressing issues and fostering a more informed, secured, and ethical society. The 5 key issues and government efforts are World HIV and AIDS Day, security awareness, issue of get-rich-quick syndrome, human rights and tax reforms.
Supported small and medium enterprises through grants and loans to promote entrepreneurship. Also criminalize fraudulent practices, including internet fraud and criminal crimes, with increased enforcement by agencies like the EFCC and the ICPC. The government remains committed to protecting the dignity of every Nigerian.
What is the role of stakeholders and the media on the movement for change?
We count on traditional leaders, religious institutions, civil society organizations, and educational institutions to amplify these messages and extend their reach. On the side of the media, you are indispensable in shaping public perceptions and attitudes. We urge you to partner with us in spreading these critical messages.
The agency is seeking the collaboration of citizens and institutions in addressing the 5 key areas to build a healthier, safer, and more ethical country. In Jos, Indenya and Yang, NTA News.
As part of implementation support mission, a team from the World Bank is in Plateau State to assess the activities of the Livestock Productivity and Resilience Support Project aimed at enhancing efficiency in the livestock industry. The report. The visit by the World Bank is to assess the various projects embarked upon by LPRES in the state and to address identified challenges within the livestock value chain. The mission led by the task team leader, Manuel Sene, was at the Integrated Dairies Limited farm, where they were intimated on the activities of the outfit by the Chief Operating Officer, Abhe Margadi. The company, which is into dairy production, has over the years faced various challenges, which has affected its productivity, and this visit, they believe, will address some of its challenges.
Our yearly percentage loss, because we don't have cooling system to transport it, we have 3 to 5%, and that 3 to 5% year on year, it's not good in numbers.
Assuring of its intervention, the team lead says LPRES will come up with workable solutions that will be beneficial to the company and the state as a whole.
Like what you are doing, so just like for next step, if you can share with us also just 1 or 3 file presenting your idea, yes, all what you said you are doing. So you have many documents. You can share with us today or tomorrow.
Other areas visited by the mission include a proposed 39 hectares of land for artificial insemination and breeding multiplication center, as well as the Farmers Field School.
We have gone to about 3 states or 4 states. Now we are on our last lap, that is Plateau State, to assess the implementation so far. And we have visited about 3 or 4 states. The Jos Main Abattoir, we have visited IDL, and we are here in the office of the LPRES office, and we have visited the Farmer Field School just now.
It provided us ways to interact with the World Bank so that we can improve the way that we do things to ensure that quality is done in every project that is being done. Lessons have actually been learned during this visit, and it will actually impact positively in our way forward for a better project in Plateau State.
With me in the studio is the State Monitoring and Evaluation Officer, LPRES Emmanuel Kwaptima Yagzum. We are glad to have you in our studio, sir.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Sir, from the reports, representatives of the World Bank visited some project sites in Plateau State. Can you shed more light on the visit?
Yeah, thank you. Just as shown in the report, the World Bank team and the National Coordinating Office of LPRES visited the state, and that visit is basically what I think it was a monitoring visit to see the progress the Plateau has made in terms of implementing this project. Plateau State actually came on board in this project on the 6th of March this year, but we have, within the resources allocated for this year, we've made tremendous progress. The project is broken into phases. Phase 1, and it is done in a systematic manner that from step 1, you move to the next stage and to the 3rd stage until the project objectives are achieved.
Okay.
So for this year, we majorly concentrated in making designs of what infrastructures will be constructed. But however, we've started with few that we got the approval of the bank.
Okay. What is your assessment of the visit or LPRES activity on Plateau State?
Yes, first, the visit was a needful visit because in every project, when you start, you need to look back and see how far you have gone. As a player, you might not be the player and the referee. So the national office came and the ball bank, they are like referee to see the progress we've made. Are we moving in the right direction? Because the project has what we call the project development objective. Now, the essence of the visit is to see if we're moving in tandem with that project development objective. So, in regards to the national visit, yes, we saw the need to be able to do some improvements. Usually, of course, if you start a project, there are teething issues. So those teething issues were identified, and we took note of them. And I think in 2025, those teething issues that we identified will really get corrected and will be fully on track in terms of implementation. So for progress for the state, as I did say, we have implemented, we are at the design state. We have done all the designs of infrastructure that will be constructed, which is in the next phase. We've completed all those designs. So it's a big achievement because it means we are ready for 2025 by virtue of those designs.
LPRES has a time frame.
Yes.
So what areas do you think the Plateau State Project Office needs to work on?
Yes, it has time frame, but we're also within time. And what I mean is because, one, His Excellency, the Governor of Plateau State, he's well in tandem with the project. You will recall part of the mission, the mission team paid him a courtesy call, and in that, he showed how in-depth he's passionate about the project. And when you have a leader that is passionate about such a project, you move faster because all the resources that are needed, he will make available, which he has made in terms of counterpart funding for this project. So in terms of speed, we're proud that our speed is good enough because we have a leader that is leading with good speed. So within that time frame of 3 years ahead, we are very sure that all the infrastructure and the project development objectives will be achieved in Plateau State.
What is the way forward for LPRES on the Plateau?
The way forward for LPRES on the Plateau is, as in the report, the abattoir, which is the main abattoir on the Plateau, it will be a model. Plateau State will be one of the states in the nearest future that will be exporting meat. When you talk of beef, it will come from that. It will come from that abattoir, and then secondly, again, you're going to see a serious progress in terms of other markets that are related to meat. Even if you go to a local government, you will see a change in terms of the slaughter slab. There will be a change. We are moving them from slaughter slab to slaughter houses. So it means you are sure of eating more hygienic, more holistic meat on the plateau going forward. And of course, it is going to impact on livestock farmers because when you commercialize by virtue of building these markets and abattoirs, it will trigger and bring about improved production.
Okay.
Thank
you very much, sir.
Thank you.
We've been talking with the Monitoring and Evaluation Officer for LPRES in Plateau State, Emmanuel Kwaptima Yagsum. Panorama will continue after this break.
From the Atlantic across the savannah to the Sahara, we rise, a land of the free, we know they tire. We dream great, our spirit is undying.
Resilient, rooted like palm tree, we sway in colors, we turn dark into light, we make solutions, we ignite passion, yeah. Each ethnicity is unique, we have more than just a nation.
We are Nigeria, strengthening unity, we know they carry lives. We are Nigeria. dream of a land with great destiny. We are Nigeria.
I am the real Nigerian. Brought to you by the National Orientation Agency, NOA.
The federal government of Nigeria warns vandals of national assets, electricity transmission towers, cables and other facilities to desist from this act of sabotage. Vandalism is a serious crime punishable under the law. Vandalizing electrical equipment will affect millions of Nigerians, including your loved ones. Remember that national assets belong to all of us, hence the need to protect them. Report all cases of suspicious movement around electrical facilities to security agencies. When you see something, say something. This message is from the Federal Ministry of Information and National Orientation in collaboration with the National Counter-Terrorism Center, NCTC, Office of the National Security Advisor.
Operation Safe Haven has distributed palliatives to 50 physically challenged persons and 50 widows from the 4 chiefdoms of Sanga local government area of Kaduna State. General Officer Commanding 3 Division and Commander Operation Safe Haven, Major General Abdusalam Abubakar says the gesture is their way of encouraging the widows and physically challenged in OPSH operating environment as part of his non-kinetic line of operation. Indian and Abuja reports.
The General Officer Commanding 3 Division and Commander Operation Safe Haven, Major General Abdusalam Abubakar says the occasion is part of OPSH non-kinetic approach to conflict resolution and maintenance of peaceful coexistence in its operation areas. He said widows and physically challenged persons form part of the society, hence they cannot be ignored as they contribute to the economy and national development.
The armed forces have in several ways rendered assistance to the physically challenged as a show of love, through which it continues to strengthen civil-military relationship to the general public and the society, in line with the vision of the Chief of Defense Staff, General C.J. Musa OFR, to have a people-centric armed forces of Nigeria.
He maintained that the military's role is the protection of lives and property of law-abiding citizens, calling on all to give support to the OPSH in combating criminality.
I would like to express my sincere gratitude to the heads of all sister security agencies, our royal fathers, who are the custodians of our traditional values, for joining hands with Operation Safe Haven in achieving the task of securing our society.
Indian and Abuja, NTA News.
Defending champions Rangers International hosts 3SC in the Nigeria Premier Football League match day 18 fixture as Kano Pillars beats Niger Tornadoes. With details and more, let's join Suleiman Musa on Sports Update.
6 games will be decided Sunday in the match day 18 encounter of the Nigeria Premier Football League as Abia Warriors take on Ikorodu City in Umuahia. Nasra United takes on Rivers United as Plateau United welcome Eyimba at the Rampang Stadium, Plateau State. Other games will see Shooting Stars travel to Enugu as they take on Rangers, while second place Remo Stars will welcome Bayelsa United as Kwara United take on Katsina United. Meanwhile, Saturday's game saw Kano Pillars beat Niger Tornadoes 2-1 at the Sani Abacha Stadium as Sunshine Stars beat El Kanemi 1-0 at home. To EPL, Manchester City crisis has gone deeper as Aston Villa inflicted a damaging 2-1 win on the citizens. Other EPL result has Arsenal thrashing Crystal Palace 5-1. Brentford lost 2-0 at home to Nottingham Forest. West Ham and Brighton share the spoils. Still on football, Atletico Madrid grabbed a late winner by substitute Alexander Charlotte in injury time to beat Barcelona and replace them at the top of the La Liga with 41 points. Pedri opened the scoring for Barcelona in the 30th minute, linking up well with fellow Spanish midfielder Gavi before slotting a low strike past Jan Oblak. Despite their dominance, the hosts could not hold on and Rodrigo de Paul hammered home the equalizer on the hour mark after leaping on a mistake from Marc Casado. And finally, to boxing, the much anticipated Usyk vs Fury fight ended in favor of Alexander Usyk as he defeated Tyson Fury to retain his unified heavyweight world title and prove his status as a generational great with another close point win in their rematch in Saudi Arabia. Having inflicted a first career defeat on Britain Fury by split decision in May, Usyk's astuteness and will to win once again prevail at Riyadh Kingdom Arena, and he retained his WBA Super, WBC and WBO titles. With sports update, Suleiman Musa, NTA News.
That has been Panorama Today. Good afternoon. That has been Panorama Today. Good afternoon. That has been Panorama.